Hey guys, so it's Abby from Autumn of Pellinor, and this is going to be a bit of a odd start to this reading vlog. So this is the 7 in 7 readathon, if you couldn't tell from the title, and it is the 24th. It started on the 23rd of July and I have only just been able to sit down and make the video, and not even properly, like I've not got the camera set up on anything, I'm just holding it. But I thought I would show you my TBR. So there's 7 challenges, and the first challenge is read 7 things. It can be absolutely anything. So I have 7 books, and I probably should have organised this a little better. So challenge 1, read 7 things. I'm going to be showing you 7 books. Challenge 2, yellow on the cover and or spine for summer. And I'm going to read, for this challenge, Black Eyed Susans by Julia Hiebelin. Then challenge number 3 is read something outside of your norm or your comfort zone. And for me, I decided to go with a comic. I've read a few graphic novels. This is my first ever comic that I've read. Yes, I can see it's issue number 2. I had limited availability. I've already read this one actually, I read it yesterday. And I enjoyed it, but I wasn't expecting, I know they're short, but I wasn't expecting to have so little content in them. So I may have to try and find them online and buy a bind up of them to get the whole story. So challenge number 3, something outside of your norm. Number 4, read a book that starts with your first initial. So ironically this works with both my channel name and my real name. So my channel name is Autumn of Pellinor, but my name isn't Autumn, it's actually my nana's middle name. My name is Abigail. So for Abby we've got After Anna. Both of them starting with A. This is a thriller that my aunt read, and she gave me the book because she doesn't keep her books after she reads them, and she thought I might enjoy. Haven't got around to it yet. Then challenge 5, read something outside, or read a book that takes place mostly outside. And for this one, I've went for the Time Travel Handbook, 18 Journeys from the Eruption of Vesuvius to the Woodstock Festival by Wiley, Acton and Goldblatt. I've not actually checked the names of this before. It's mostly outside, and the weather's been really odd lately. It's been switching between raining and not raining, because the UK is not used to this much heat. So I'm going to read it inside, but this is my outside book. Then, now I'll shut up about that. Challenge number 6, read something and make up a drink or food to match it or that's inspired by it. I want to read Fangirl before the booktubeathon. So I needed to find a way to put it in the TBR. And this was the only way I could find to put it in the TBR. And I googled food in Fangirl, and apparently there's some sort of reference to it, and she has been eating granola bars. I think they're granola bars. Stuff like that. So I could just kind of make a little meal plan. And challenge number 7 is read something that takes place in your home country or town, or is written by someone from your home country or town. And for this is my current read. I've got the pen on it because I've been annotating it, but it's The Essential Spike Milligan. He is British, born and bred. The book 7, because I needed another one, read 7 things, and I could have added a newspaper or something, but I wanted to add something. And this book, Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, and I've already read this one actually. This was the second book I finished for the readathon. I've finished 2 so far, and it's a load of short stories based on the Norse mythology. It does stick to them as closely as possible, I think, and I really enjoyed it. It's such a good book, definitely at least 4 stars. 34 pages through The Essential Spike Milligan. So that's my TBR for this. And then also, I'll say, we were asked by the Twitter account, 7in7ReadAthon, how we've been going with our reading, and yeah, in true readathon style, if you've seen any of my other videos, this was tilted more this way, which doesn't seem like a big thing, but I am a 5'5" pathetic female, so I took off all of the books and then moved it so it was slightly more lined up. My dad says that he's going to try and help me to properly line it up tonight. He was busy last night. I just wanted them to line up nicely because I filmed in front of him before and it just looked weird, and yeah, totally for booktube, which is bad. See you guys later. Hey guys, so it is the evening of, I should have checked this before I started, before it's the evening of Tuesday, and I've just got an Amazon parcel, and an author on Goodreads said that they would send me their book, so I'm going to unpackage it now. So here it is, Aru by David Meredith. Personally, to me, this sounds very, very interesting. I don't know when I'll get to it. Hopefully August. I might try and put this on my August TBR. But yeah, I'm really excited for this, and it's my first piece of like sent to me bookish mail that wasn't winning a giveaway or anything like that. So this will always be a special book to me. And then just FYI, where am I? I'm at page 57 in The Essential Spike Milligan. And seeing as you can read anything for book number 7, I have to read some PDFs that I'll have thrown off the balance. I have to read some PDFs. I don't have to, but there's some recommended reading for my masters that starts in September. And so I've been going through it, so I just read a PDF and I'm going to try and read 3 more. So, ta-da! Technically, that could count for a lot of the 7. So, I mean, if I fail in reading the books that I want to read, I'll be like, yeah, I read these 4 PDFs. I'd need to read 1 more book because I've read the comic Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, and then I've already read 1 PDF. I need to read 3 more today. Self-imposed thing. That's 6. I'd need to read 1 more book. So yeah, if I come at you with 2 books, a comic and loads of PDFs, I got busy. Just a quick update, it is the 28th today, it's Saturday, so it's the second last day of this readathon. I finished Fangirl last night. I absolutely loved it. I'm so glad I picked it up. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did. And I don't think I've updated you in a bit, so I also finished The Essential Spike Milligan. I really enjoyed this. It's such a good book. And then next, I think I'm going to go on to After Anna by Alex Lake. So I've not been the best at updating throughout this 7in7ReadAthon, which I keep saying the name of. I'm also doing the booktubeathon, so I keep saying its name to kind of get it sorted in my head. But yes, I've not been the best at keeping you guys updated with how I've been doing throughout this readathon. So, I mean, I know that everyone does this at the end of a readathon anyway, but I'm going to do a little wrap up of what I've managed to do. So this was the first thing I read, and it's The Punisher Volume 2. So this is the first thing that I read for this readathon. Then I did actually quite enjoy it. I did enjoy it, but it's my first time physically reading a comic in my hands, and I didn't realise how little of the story was going to be in there. Then I read Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. I borrowed this from my boyfriend. We both really, really enjoyed it. It's a collection of short stories, and the way that they progress is a tale in itself, and it was really interesting to see his take on the Norse mythology. Then after that I read The Essential Spike Milligan, obviously by Spike Milligan. This is a compilation of his works, so some children's poetry, adults poetry. He wrote some TV and radio shows, so there's scripts for that with the stage directions. There's memoirs of his time in the war. He served in World War II, and this was a really, really interesting read. There's some that I loved. I folded down this page because I was actually laughing out loud at this point. Same with this one. Genuinely sat there laughing. I woke my mum up. My dad was already awake, but I woke my mum up sitting there laughing at like 1 in the morning. So I need to go find them because they are scripts of either radio or TV. I think there's one of each, so I need to go find them so I can actually see it in the format it's meant to be in. So I did really enjoy that. I gave it 3 stars because it wasn't fully engrossing, and because I was trying to rush through it for the readathon it didn't feel quite right. So I imagine if I did a reread it'd go up to 4, but currently my feelings on this are a 3 star. I really enjoyed it though, and I definitely recommend, if you want some traditional British humour, to give this one a go because it's really good. Then after that I read Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. This is my first time reading through all of these books, so I know that some people will be like, what, you've never read it before? I've read it now, and I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting to love it. It started out really, really cheesy, there's excerpts from Simon Snow / Carry On, there's excerpts from the like magical world that she's obsessed with and from her fan fiction, and they started out, to be honest, pretty badly. Really, really cheesy, really, really over the top. I was just sat there like, am I seriously gonna have to read through all of this? But it got a lot better, and I don't know whether that's because she's trying to show that her fan fiction improved, or whether I just kind of got more into the flow of the story. But as I carried on, through the book, I much more enjoyed it, and I really loved the plotline that developed. And I'm really invested in these characters, so I'm definitely going to read Carry On, and if she brings out anything else in this world, it's our world, but anything else with these characters, I'll definitely be picking it up because I absolutely loved it, and I really enjoyed, on the inside cover, the cast being here and the little comic strip, I guess, at the back, because I was able to refer to this to see how Rainbow Rowell wanted them to be seen. So 4 stars. So far the Punisher was 3, Norse Mythology was 4, The Essential Spike Milligan was 3, and Fangirl is 4. And I don't know how to rate this next one. I finished it yesterday. I think I'm giving it 4, but it's a 4.5. It's the upper area of 4, and that's After Anna by Alex Lake. This book was odd. So it's a thriller, and it tells you on the synopsis that the little girl is kidnapped, and then a week later she's returned. She has no memory of where she's been, and this, for her mother, is just the beginning of the nightmare. Now, it's literally about 200 pages into the book before... Wait, where is it? There we go. It's 197 pages into a just over 400 page book. So literally halfway, Anna's not back. It's not until halfway through the book that she gets back. And so I was like, okay, I was expecting from the synopsis for Anna to come back earlier on, to spend more time on what's going to happen after. And then with what's happening after, I don't want to say too much because it's a thriller and a lot of it is experiencing yourself. But I guessed the plot twist quite early on into the second half. I kind of had a feeling in the first half, and then I was pretty sure of it at the beginning of the second one, and I turned out to be correct. But that didn't take away from what this book was doing. Even though I knew the majorities of the plot and I could guess what was going to happen, I was still massively emotionally invested. And I was like really shocked, and I've written in cap locks. I've started annotating my books lately. I didn't used to do this. This is why I don't wear lip gloss. I didn't used to annotate my books. I'm very much the normal booktuber of book obsessive of like, oh no, they're precious, like they need to be in pristine condition. But I don't get rid of any of my books. Like, I struggle very hard to get rid of any books, so why not make them mine rather than just what you can find on a shop floor? So I annotate and highlight now, and I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it, but I actually got to this point in the book and I was downstairs and I hadn't brought my pen and my highlighter with me. And I was like, oh, I need to write in this. So I stopped reading until I could get my pen and I could write in it. So apparently I'm really enjoying annotating now, which I'm loving. But yeah, this is just, it's such an insane book. And although you know what's going to happen, it doesn't lessen the impact on yourself any less. Yeah, it's a weird one and I really enjoyed it. So I think I'll be picking up more from Alex Lake in the future once I get through my giant TBR pile. So yeah, this one was really, really good. And then in terms of my actual TBR, I didn't get to the last 2. I had Black-Eyed Susan. It's in what you're sitting on. Black-Eyed Susans, I'll get it out. So this was the last book on my TBR and I didn't get to it at all. I didn't even start the first page. And the book before that was this one, The Time Travel Handbook, 18 Journeys from the Eruption of Vesuvius to the Woodstock Festival by Willie Acton and Goldblatt. Wiley? I don't know. And I am halfway through this. I'm at page 167 out of 322. And the only reason I stopped it was because technically right now the booktubeathon's on. I've not started reading for the booktubeathon, but this isn't part of my TBR for the booktubeathon, so I'm not reading it. I was really enjoying it. There's a few post-its for bits that I want to go back and have a look at, and I was really enjoying it, and I'm really looking forward to finishing it. But luckily it is the sort of thing where you can just stop, and it tells you like how to blend in, how to not screw with the space-time continuum, and also what's going to happen and where you should go, and it's really interesting. And because it's segmented off into different areas of history, so as it's split into different historical sections, it means that it's a very easy book to be able to stop when you need to. So this turned out to be quite a lucky book to finish up on. So technically I've read 4.5 books and a comic. Now this is the 7in7ReadAthon, however it says 7 things, you have to read 7 things. And I read at the very beginning of the readathon, as I think I've said in the reading vlog, I read 4 PDFs for my masters that I'm starting in September. They were on the course is called Introduction to Seismology, and I read through these 4 PDFs, so on top of that, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5. So I did manage to read 7 things in 7 days. It just didn't turn out to be 7 books. So I'm really happy with this readathon. I've gotten through quite a few books that I probably wouldn't have gotten through for a little while without it, which is the thing that I love about readathons. And I really enjoyed it. I loved the Twitter sprints. The girls, I think they're all girls. I've not actually checked their handles. I'm going to assume they're all girls. If there's a guy, I'm so sorry. The girls at the Twitter handle at 7in7ReadAthon are absolutely lovely. I loved watching them run the sprints, and the sprints actually really helped me get through the beginning of Fangirl, and I wasn't too into it. So yeah, it was a really good readathon. I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I've gotten through these books. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, click like, comment if you've read any of these, or if you think I should read Black Eye Susan's. I'll see you guys later on today if I do everything right, because I'll have to upload both videos today, for this and for the booktubeathon day 1. Good luck to me. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the booktubeathon, and I will see you guys later. Bye!